Good evening and welcome back to Factory Town. I'm losing my mind in this game with things. I keep missing episodes because I'm trying to get into doing the rails, getting things done, and I think I get everything right, and then I notice a mistake, and because I'm copying pasting stuff, the mistake propagates across the entire world and the entire insert square world. That's where I am with this at the moment. But it is done, it has been double and triple checked, and it has taken me hours, and it's my own self-inflicted fault because I'm an idiot. So, what was the problem? I was changing all these to be sorters instead of pushers. And we have to change them so they have the one drop and one pickup on them. Okay, that's easy enough done. So I did that, and I copy and pasted them round, and I went, put them in here, and then put them in here. But I put them inside lanes here first. I went round, then I did the outside lanes, and like an idiot I reversed it for the outside lanes, so instead of one being on the inside, 8 was on the inside. So I had to delete them and put them all back in again, and I did that, and that was fine, that was working. And then I tried to sort out which way things go, what, when, where and how, and I was going around doing them, and as I was going around doing them I noticed I'd made a mistake. The U in the second tag was a lowercase u, so it wasn't working. Trains were coming and stopping because it's lowercase, not an uppercase U in pickup. And I was like, oh, okay. So delete them again, remake the base ones up here, okay, copy and paste them all in again. And I went around and copied and pasted them in again, went all around, so put them all the way along here, all the way down here, all the way along here, all the way up here. Now, there is a thing with this game. If you move with WSD, yep, so imagine I've got this copy. It wasn't the rails with it as well, it was just things, but I've got this copied here. And I'm holding shift so I move faster. Yep, so that's normal speed. You hold shift to move faster. Now, let me grab something that's easier to visualize here. So let's copy this here. So you see this here. You push R, it rotates clockwise. Yep. If you are holding shift and you push R, it rotates anti-clockwise. Can you tell what mistake I made? I put in this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and then I rotated and did these ones down here. And then, obviously, when I come down here, I was holding shift and I push R, it reversed, made it look like it was vertical, and then I put all these ones in along here, and all these ones in along here, backwards. So, like in the first iteration where I got it wrong, instead of 8 being on the outside, 1 was on the outside, and 8 was on the inside. And of course, I was filtering all things out and going around and doing things and doing what else that and coming along to that, and I put everything in there and I thought everything was fine and wonderful, and then noticed that some of these ether trains were on the wrong tracks, and I was trying to figure out what was going on with it and why, what I'd done wrong. And that's when I discovered it. So I'm like, oh, great, so now I've got to go back and remove them, and it was all just this side here. So this is a complaining episode, sorry. All this idea, and I'm complaining at me. I'm complaining at me because I made mistakes. So yeah, but hopefully you can hopefully you can see that even if you make mistakes, which everyone does, and it's fine, you can get around it. You can do it. What I'm saying is basically, whenever you put stuff in, double check it before you just go slap. Okay, when you put one in, double check it. Make sure the things are the right end. Make sure you've rotated it the right way. Okay, do the next one. But I've done that, and then I figured out all the push and pulls and turning which one's on and when there. So if this comes out, it has to go up rather than down on that one. So yeah, but basically it has to turn right instead of left. So yeah, and figure them out there. However, I made a small mistake on some of them, which I have now corrected as well. That was more of a it was a realization later. Things like here. Okay, so here's a good one. So this one, number 8 here, is going right and along. Number 8 here is also going right along, that's fine. However, this one and this one have different for 4s, because like a 4 pickup, this is the 4 drop-off. So if you're coming out of the drop-off, you want to go to the pickup, which is this way. But if you was going to the drop-off, you want to go that way. Now, coming out of a drop-off, you would always go to a pickup, so that does work going that way, and then this one works going that way. But that caught me off guard for a couple of them, and I sent trains going the wrong way, so they went all the way around the tracks to come. So they'd come out of here and would go all the way down here, all the way around the track to get to here, to come into here. And I'm like, that's not right. So yeah, I had to just double-check that. Everything should be good. Let me unpause the game and see whether any trains just go terribly wrong and break now, because yeah. But I had basically trains coming down on track 6, which should be on track 8, and then getting to here and going, I can't go anywhere because I don't know why I'm on track 6. And it was because I had things filtered around. So this is a mistake here. What's happened here? What's going wrong with this here? Let's see here. So this is 6, 8, 7, 6. So this is the correct one. So that means the train is on the wrong track. Yes, it's an 8 drop-off or a 3 pick-up. And here you see the mistake. Because at some point I had these reversed, this was track 3. So 1, 2, 3 instead of 6. So that's why you're on the wrong track. So I need to pick you up and put you onto track 3, and then you'll work. There you go. Okay, you're probably going the wrong way. Doesn't matter. You'll get there eventually. And I just need to see what trains are where, because there might be trains on the wrong tracks in places as well still. Because just it might still be happening. I don't know. I think all the trains have filtered around and done things, but I've had the game paused for so long, I don't even know anymore. So I'm just going to watch it for a bit and see if it goes. But I think it's good, and I think it's working. We've put all the magma in. That is generating all the stuff here. So you see this is all generating here. This is full of magma. This is full of water. This doesn't matter, the fact that when they come down, they'll get fuel, and when they leave, they get water. It doesn't matter. They'll have enough water to come down here and come back again. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's enough fuel for them. That's not a problem. Switching over to magma, I will say though, doesn't give you a benefit in the train itself, because the train stores fuel, not a fuel type. So it stores 20 fuel. Now magma equals 8 fuel. So a train, excuse me, a train will pick up 2 magma to make 16 fuel. And then when it goes down to 8, it will pick up another magma to make up to 20. So it goes to 16, it goes down to 12, picks up magma, goes to 20. That's fine. So you're picking up less magma, but your trains don't hold more fuel. They don't hold any more. So it's not like you can fill a train up and not fill them as often. So, yeah. But that's okay, because we have points at every single edge. Every single on and off track, there is magma and water being provided for trains. And yes, it's only one well doing it, so it's potential this could run out at some point if many trains come by. But that's okay, because they only need to fill up and then go to wherever their next destination is, and then they'll come off the track and get more. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I'm leaving these in for the time being, because eventually they'll run out. I think perhaps some of them will run out. So I might as well just leave them for the minute. We'll remove them later. But that's fine. Okay. So probably a dozen or so episodes would have gone into making this rail thing. And I've missed 2 in the last week because I just haven't prepped. I haven't had time to prep. I'd have about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours every morning to record an episode before I have to go to work. And it's time consuming. Doing this little thing and then finding the mistakes and going around it is like I'm doing it and then suddenly my alarm goes off to go to work. I'm like, well, I feel like I've done 3 of these in 2 hours. So my apologies for the episodes not being around. But yeah, that's the thing. Okay, what's wrong with you? You are a 3 pickup and you are on the 6 track. So once again, yes, this is 6 pickup. So I've double checked. So you've come from the 8 drop off. You are Firestone. You've come from the 8 drop off. And somehow you've ended up on the 3 track. Why have you ended up on the 3 track? On the 6 track when you should be on the 3 track? There is a problem here with this. There is a problem here with this, and it's something I noticed, and I was hoping it wouldn't be an issue, but I guess it is. If a train comes up and a train is travelling along, because this rail is allowed to go here and this sorter is disabled, it can actually come down on this track, and it's potentially on the wrong side of the track, which is what you think you are. You're on the wrong... No, you're not on the wrong side of the track, so you've done that. So that's what happened. The train's come along here, and as the train is passing through here, you've come down, hit this, and then gone, oh, I'll go this way. The fix for that is deleting the rails and placing the rails back in again, and only having the turnings where we have these things turned on for that. So, yeah. This is where pushers were kind of the advantage, because it doesn't matter if a train ends up on the wrong track, it would eventually find its way to the sorter that pushes it off the track. So, yeah. The proper fix here would have been pushers and just have the track only go the way we want the track to go. So, because that's going to potentially happen a fair bit. There were, yes, maybe commented on, was it the last episode or episode before? I don't know where I am on the episodes anymore. I've lost track and I've not been keeping up with comments and things because I'm terrible at time management, apparently, with this. Also, I've been sleeping a lot recently, so maybe I've been ill. I don't know. Again, it is the season, so I don't know. But I mentioned about flying junctions, where you have, as it comes onto a junction, this track that joins the junction is raised above the tracks that come off the junction, so no trains can run into each other. You know, they all join at a later date. So I have done that sort of thing before, particularly when I had trains travelling north, south, east, west, like they was coming in from all directions, and I had junctions where as a train comes up the track, it races above and then chooses where it wants to go and then comes down again to rejoin it. And as a train comes the other direction, it is on the ground level, so they don't crash into each other and cause problems, like they don't block the line. So if you had if you had a junction that was like this, and your trains could potentially go anywhere, so they can go that way, this way, and that way. So they can go any which way they want to go. Here, well, obviously you'd have two lines like this. Sorry, what I meant. What am I doing? You have two lines, doop, 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 and doop like that. And if the train is coming down, it can go straight on. It can turn that way, and it can turn this way. And then this one can go straight on, it can turn that way, or it can turn this way. You potentially have a train come down and turning, so it's coming down and it turns left, and the train is coming up and turn right, and they just clump and stuck. And there's nothing you can do in that junction to stop that from happening, other than maybe doing a signal thing, so only one train can enter the junction at one time. You can do that in Factory Town. It requires a lot of manual setup, but you can do signalling systems. So that is, but the easiest fix for it is to have you have your trains like this, and they cross like this, and you choose one to go up and above and one to stay down. So if this train wants to carry on straight, it just goes straight through and carries on. If this train wants to come down and go left, it can do that. It can come down and turn left, go straight, and it can do that. And then what you do is you build above, sorry, not above, so you build above like this. And then you basically have this train comes up, and it would come off here, it would come up to there, and it can go along here and then down there, and then rejoin the track here, you know, like that. So it doesn't cross it there. And then the train that's coming down, you have do it on the bottom track, so they never run into each other. Maybe if a train is going straight on, this train will stop and run into it, but because it's never turning right, it's never crossing the line, it doesn't run into each other. So it's more complicated than that. I'm explaining that really badly, but I'm as I was building, I was like, why? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's a good suggestion. I have done it in the past. It does work very well, especially with magic tracks, because they don't use any fuel. Trains on magic tracks do not use any fuel. The magic tracks travel them themselves. So you'll see. Let's find a train that's about to enter a magic track. You'll do. So if you watch this train from here, see the fuel going down, the water's going down. As soon as it enters the magic track here, fuel stops. Boom, boom, and as it slows back down to its slower speed, still travelling higher, slows down to normal speed, starts using fuel again. So, yeah, magic tracks do not use fuel. So if I change everything to be the magic rails, we don't even need fuel. Don't even need it. So, yeah, but I'm going to leave it in there anyway because yeah. So, okay. So now we need to do a few other things as well. These trains here are 1 sale and 4 pickup. Okay, these need to be changed to be 1 pickup or 1 drop off, and this is 2 drop off, 3 drop off, and 4 drop off, and so on and so forth. They're no longer sale ones because we're no longer doing that. We're no longer doing the sale thing. So you will come up here and you will connect to the back here. So let's build this, shall we? Let me come here and we will copy this. I don't need this much because it should only ever be 1 train coming here, but I'm just going to conform to the standard. Does it make sense? And I'm going to use standard rails as well. So let's do this like this. Get rid of this bit here. And we'll do this like this. We're coming up on the inside track, so we turn up here and then we turn down here. Now, I can still use the sorter here, and we can. I could tag this as sail, so the train could also be tagged with sail. I don't think I need to. The only problem is that, say, right, let's go to the general store. I've gone to the wrong place here as well. Put that down there. Oh. There. So, go to the general store. So the general store, you can sell stone brick to. Okay, maybe we want to sell stone brick. I don't think we do. Because I don't think we will, but we could. We could sell stone brick. So if we had a stone brick train come up here, we have stone brick here. So our train is going to come down here, drop off here, and come back, and then go away. It will never come to here to sell the goods. So we need to potentially stop that. And I don't know how. The problem, so right, let's see. So let's grab this guy, put him here. We're just gonna have the locomotive itself. In fact, let's well, actually no, it'll be fine here. Let's copy you completely and paste you here. Let's copy your thing. So you are an 8 drop off, a 3 pickup, and let's put the word sail on here. Okay, so it's a sail train. Now, if he comes along, he's gonna go down here because this is not filtered with the signal tag. This is not filtered. So I don't know. I don't know how to do this to stop that happening. There may, I don't know what cases are going to happen where we actually do have possibly potential selling something and using something like production and selling stuff. I'd like to address it now though before we have problems with it. So the sale thing only works if we then change these to be drop-off tags. So all these need to be called 8 drop-off. So if I copy the 8 drop-off and put them on here, that'd be fine. However, you have the 8 drop-off tag. You have to have the 8 drop-off tag because you're traveling down here for that. So the only other thing I could think of is maybe do like a secondary filter for it. So I don't know what filter to use. We could use a filter that we know full well is never going to end up on the train system. Like one of these depleted ones are never going to end up on the system. So we know for a fact they're never going to get used. So I could say, hey, if I hold shift and do that, you are depleted mana crystal as well. The problem is, because you've got both filters, you still tag it the same. So you still go down. So that doesn't work. So I can't do that. There's no way to say not sale. There's no... Yeah, there's no way to go a not sale thing. I mean, the help thing doesn't really... yeah, but... yeah. Because if we tag this with, well, let's what do we use? We used goods for selling, didn't we? So we said, so this is going to be hardware, for instance. So this one will be hardware because hardware is stone brick and stuff like that. We're just testing with stone bricks at the moment. So I need you to bypass this one and get out there because as well. I mean, this is stone brick. This is never going to be filtered with hardware anyway, so that's fine. But you will match that. You will match any filter that reads any of those things, and you will dump it down here to sell it. Which isn't a bad thing because it means if a train ever turns up here with nails for some bizarre reason, I don't know why it would, it will go and drop off in the train station if it can. Random nails. It shouldn't do because the train station will never be filtered to nails, but you know what I mean. It doesn't go there. So yeah. Also, this is a incorrect. This should be an unload and should not be holding till full or minecarts or anything like that whatsoever. So there we go. Okay, boom, you will unload onto there, but there you go. So yeah, I'm trying to think of a scenario where we want to sell something that we might also be using in the same place. So let's go to hardware. So hardware is 4 points. So to sell hardware, we want to sell, I don't know, pick up reinforced planks. Reinforced planks is definitely one. So like we'd sell reinforced planks and pickaxes, for instance. And reinforced planks are definitely something that turn up in places. I think we have them. Do we have them here? I don't think. Yes, we do. We have reinforced planks right here. Right here. So there's our problem. So we need to get past this reinforced plank one to come up to the end here to sell them. I am not sure how to achieve that. I am not sure how to do that unless we create another tag and change these to not just be 8 drop off but also to be 8 sale, and we reintroduce the 8 sale tag. And then I'd have to change all of these guys to not just be the 1 drop off and 1 pickup tag. They'd have to also have the 1 sale tag in all of them as well, which is awkward because I can't just copy paste them because it copy pastes the active state as well. So I've got to go around and redo them again. I'm not wanting to do that. That was the whole point of having the 8 drop off come down here. But yeah, so 8 drop off come down here. You're going to get reinforced planks. We need to just basically say, hey, you need to not do something. You need to not be a thing. I suppose, what if I did this? What if I did exclude that, and we change you from being stuck. We untick the stone. I'm holding shift at the time here, so I've just unselected the stone. He says, and then didn't hold shift. So we do that. So you are a plank and a depleted mana crystal. Depleted mana crystal is our mega symbol for sell. So if you come down here, which you should do, will you go up there? No, you don't. Okay, because this is not allowed. Now, we wouldn't have to do this to every single one of them. We don't have to do it on things where we're selling stuff. So, like, this is an exception to the rule. These should also be sorters, but yeah. Maybe polished stone will get sold as well. I don't know. Goes back to our house. Let's see here. So, what have we got? Where's polished stone? Knowledge, magical supplies. No, polished stone isn't being sold, so that's fine. So polished stone isn't being sold. So it might only be the odd thing that we have to do this to, the reinforced plank one. So that'll work. Awesome. And then you'll go down the line. You have passed your reinforced plank already, so we know you're not going to go anywhere there. And then you will end up coming up here. I know this is the wrong tag. I know this is the wrong place. We're testing stuff. So there's a cloud. And then you should go down here. Yes, because you are tagged for hardware, any old hardware, but you are not tagged for not mana crystals. So it's ignoring the mana crystal one because it doesn't worry about that. But this one explicitly says, don't come down here if you have mana crystal. We have excluded mana crystals. Or depleted mana crystals, sorry. And that'll work because depleted mana crystals are never going to end up on our train line because we're not recycling them. We just use them in situ. They end up recharging in situ. So yeah, so that'll work. Awesome. Okay, cool. That's how we do it. We have to tag the train with mana crystal, and then we tag whatever it is saying no mana crystal, don't do mana crystal. So that's fine. So this is hardware. This is basic food. What I should have done hardware. I should have done the general goods sell category. Sorry, not hardware, because there is more than just hardware that sells in general goods. It's weird why there's a hardware tag. I don't quite get. Hardware's more limited than that, and then there's like clothing. But clothing also sells in the general goods store. I'm not quite sure why you'd want to separate them out. I don't know. Oh, I think that's because hardware. This is the hardware town. So if you had a town that just dealt with hardware stuff, then that's it. Which we have got. Each town has its own thing. So we have a hardware town. Our town 4 is hardware. 3 is hardware. 2 is hardware. Whatever. One of our towns is hardware, and one of our towns is clothing, and one of our towns is medicine. But then that's not right because medicine is also in magic knowledge. So yeah, but whatever. Anyway, general goods, but not general goods. This is basic food. We're selling basic food here. But there you go. Okay. I can also re-enable these here. I stopped them because I needed to clear out the things to move stuff around. Remember, you can't move things if goods are on belts. So anyway, you can start selling now, and our happiness will start building again, which would be awesome. Okay, so that's town number 8 done. Let's go backwards, shall we? Let's go backwards. So town number 7, same principle, same thing. We literally just copy this, put that down there. I don't know why I copied an extra one there. Oh, you go to there, you go to there. Awesome. Good job. And you are going to be filtered to basic food categories. Awesome. And you will connect to nowhere because there are trees in the way. Be gone, trees, be gone. Okay, remove that. You go out to there, and you come back to there. And it doesn't matter that we dead-ended this because no trains should end up down here that can't do that. So, basic food. None of you are even remotely close to basic food here. So, oh, apple might be listed as basic food. Is apple listed as basic food? Yes, apple is listed as basic food. So, we need to come to the apple one. Oh, remove that logic. Nope. Here. Hold shift. Right click. Click exclude. If you hold shift and right click, you get more information up. If you just right click, you get more information. But if you hold shift, you can add multiple filters to a thing. So, boom. So we are excluding the mana crystal. Before I move any further, I need to... I need to test something. So let's move you out to there. So you are going to be filtered to be depleted mana crystals. So the train is filtered to depleted mana crystals, but the carriages are cooked beef, cooked chicken, and cooked fish. Okay. Now that means you actually wouldn't have turned down the apple one anyway because we're not selling apples, so that would have been a moot point there. So I didn't have to worry about that because we're not actually selling apples. Now I think about it, so we don't have to worry about that at all. But it did, yeah, better safe than sorry. You should still go down here. Yes, because this train now technically has 4 filters. It's got a depleted mana filter, it's got a cooked beef filter, a cooked chicken filter, and a cooked fish filter. And this has got cooked fish, cooked beef, and cooked chicken. So that's why that is acceptable when it moves down here. So that's fine. The depleted mana one means that, hey, I don't go down any one that isn't set to mana ones. We're not setting apples. This wouldn't have made any difference. The train would have come straight past it even if I didn't change that anyway. But it is potentially on the basic food filter list, so better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. Yeah, didn't really need to, but anyway. So that does work. So I can change all the trains to have the depleted mana crystals, and all their carriages are the same. They're filtered to their own things, which is fine. I just need to change them all from being 1 sale to being 1 drop-off, and 2 drop-off, and 3 drop-off, and so on and so forth. So, okay. So, let's end this episode here. I've done enough ranting and talking other bits and pieces. This needs to be moved around as well. We're still waiting for this to deplete down here. In fact, some of it is depleted, so I'll have to get onto that next episode. We'll move this around. I'm going to connect all these things back up again. So we come off here because this is the drop off, and we'll connect to here, and then go around and do all of them, and we will come back next episode and then actually progress onto something because now the rail system is working. If you've got any questions about this rail system, you probably want to ask somebody who knows what they're doing, which is clearly not me. But you can ask anyway, and I will try to answer. This has been driving me mad, but anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.